Have you heard the good news? India is going after Amway for being an alleged pyramid scheme and for money laundering. Big surprise. Check out this news story.
Amway India, it appears that Enforcement Directorate has finally filed a charge sheet, and the charges are very serious. I mean, come to think of numbers here.
Isn't that a beautiful headline? Amway charged with money laundering. Well done, India. Go! Yay, we're cheering for you from Canada anyway.
Cheating to the tune of 4,000.
Look at the sign. Look at this. This is just a sight to behold. Amway, oh, I hope you get what's coming to you after all the harm that you've caused all these years. Before 1979, but especially after 1979. Look at this. Let's just take a moment to look at how beautiful this looks like. Amway charged with money laundering.
1,000 crore rupees, siphoning off about 2,859 crore rupees. Amway is saying we are participating in the ongoing investigation. We continue to have faith. Yep. We repose faith in the authorities, but not looking very good for Amway.
Not looking good at all, and in fact, not so.
It's not looking good, Amway. Not looking good at all. Similarly, how it didn't look very good for Amway from 1965 to 1980. Amway admitted fraud, tax fraud, because they purposely violated Canadian customs law from 1965 to 1980. At the time, they were fined $25 million, which was the largest fine ever imposed, but they should have been charged a lot more. And honestly, they should have been shut down and kicked out of Canada and not allowed to breed more pyramid schemes that we've had to deal with. So what did Amway do in Canada from 1965 to 1980? They made up a bunch of fake companies, fake levels of trade between these fake companies, and a fake price list. They purposefully undervalued products imported into Canada. So the true value was supposed to be $164 million, but Amway said it was only $49 million. So when Amway got caught, they said, oh, we've just discovered this. We were just growing. We were expanding so quickly in Canada. Something must have happened, but we'll pay $25 million. But an interesting piece of history is that Canada agreed not to pursue its criminal case against 4 top Amway executives. Under Canadian law, each of the 4 could have been sentenced up to 10 years in prison. The 4 are Mr. Van Andel and Mr. DeVos, C. Dale Disher and William Halliday Jr., both vice presidents. Mr. Van Andel and Mr. DeVos each own half of Amway. Can you imagine if they had have been extradited? This is Amway. So this is this is like a brief snapshot of a little bit of history. How Canada has been fucked over by Amway in the years. This was 1965 to 1980. They've been going strong ever since then. So this is really refreshing to see that India is going after Amway.
Surprising as well, Shweta, because these stories have been doing the rounds for the longest time. In fact, even last year, I remember 2022, sometime in July or August, ED had attached about 750 crore rupees worth of Amway assets.
What is ED, you might be asking yourself? I didn't know what that was either, so I looked it up. The Directorate of Enforcement, ED, is a law enforcement agency and economic intelligence agency responsible for enforcing economic laws and fighting economic crime in India. It is part of the Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance, Government of India.
In its ongoing inquiry. And like you mentioned, 2011 is when we actually saw this whole multi-level.
Look at this. Isn't this beautiful too? Look at infamous pyramid MLM scheme in focus. It is indeed. This is fantastic. The coverage on this is great. Can you imagine if they did this in the US and in Canada and in the UK? If news journalists actually covered multi-level marketing pyramid schemes and had the balls to put this on their news. Look at infamous pyramid MLM scheme in focus. Oh, well done, India.
Level marketing pyramid structures come into question, and Amway being pretty much, the poster child of pyramid structures being exploited and MLM multi-level marketing being exploited, where the real transaction was seldom the goods being sold. And that is exactly...
The real transaction is seldom the goods being sold. Exactly. The products, like Robert Fitzpatrick talks about, are the cheese in the mousetrap. You can't actually make achieve time and money freedom just by selling the products. Amway is exactly like every other multi-level marketing company out there today. I should say every other multi-level marketing company out there today is exactly like Amway because they've copied themselves on this. But we sell products. My MLM isn't a pyramid scheme because we sell products. That's not what the actual transaction is. You're meant to recruit and to build an organization, a sales force, a team. If you don't want to use the word recruit, it could be sponsor. We know all the tricks by now, but that's the real transaction. The real thing, product for sale, is the business opportunity. I love how this guy is not mincing his words. This is extremely impressive.
What the Enforcement Directorate has also said in its own report, and it very clearly suggests that this was a company which was using sale of goods as a disguise, and it was
using the sale of goods as a disguise. And that's what multi-level marketing companies do. They use the sale of goods as a disguise for them being a pyramid scheme. Monat, Arbonne, Optavia, however you say that company's name, Saint Makeup, Live Good, Transact, Lioness. Name one, name any of them. They all use a product to mask what's really going on. The product, it's like covers up the pyramids. You can't see it. We sell products. It's legitimate. Surprise. No, you're actually in a pyramid scheme.
Was actually just creating this long, large, looming pyramid structure. And what are these pyramid structures?
So, I mean, they are very important to understand because firstly, could you clarify, is it even legal? Are the pyramid schemes legal?
Yes.
And then how do they make money?
Are pyramid schemes legal? And he says yes. And this is the problem. This is why there is an anti-MLM movement. Why on earth so many politicians, legislation, regulations uphold that pyramid schemes can be legal, are legal. They shouldn't be legal because it's fraud. You don't need to work on defining what a pyramid scheme is. You're leading with deception. You're saying that an endless chain recruitment proposition is a legitimate business model. It's fraud. It's straight up fraud. You don't need to be an academic. You don't need to be a researcher. You don't need to have anything but critical thinking to point out that this is a fraud. But yet, according to the laws, apparently in India too, pyramid schemes are also legal. Interesting, isn't it?
It's a gray area. So multi-level marketing in India continues to be legal if the end goal of that multi-level marketing stroke pyramid structure, as we call it, is to sell goods or services.
And the whole premise of multi-level marketing isn't just to sell products. That's the problem, because that's why multi-level marketing is a commercial cult and is a pyramid scheme. Because you're recruiting people. Recruitment exists. It doesn't matter if you don't recruit. Other people in there are recruiting, and that's why they are at the top of the pyramid and earning thousands and thousands of dollars and have achieved time and money freedom and take pictures of themselves on a yacht, owning a helicopter, maybe flying on a private jet. It's a pyramid scheme. The end goal in multi-level marketing is to recruit more people who recruit more people who recruit more people who continue to buy the products. That's the sales. The sales are coming from the distributors, from the consultants, from the reps, whatever terminology you want to use.
Right. However, there are these borderline cases, Amway being one of them, where these multi-level marketing or pyramid structures are actually used as Ponzi outlets, where the end goal, which is exactly what Edie has also mentioned, the end goal is actually not to sell goods, but to actually enroll more and more and more people down the chain, down the hierarchy, and that sort of becomes the pyramid. So how it typically functions.
And there we go. Every single multi-level marketing company succinctly described by this guy. Well done. Ooh, this is so good to see.
And in the case of Amway, for example, it started with 6 partners on the top of the value chain. These 6 partners decided to come out with products, and these products, mind you, are not cheap products or inexpensive products. These are expensive products priced at, in any case, a rate where it'll take very few buyers. Now, what it does is these 6 partners over time enroll more distributors, as they call them, and these distributors are incentivized in perpetuity that your job, you buy X number of products from us, and this pretty much becomes an investment. That
it's an investment. Let's just take a look at what Amway India's spokesperson said, because they're still doing the same old whinging, playing the violin that they did when they squirmed their way out of what should have been happening in Canada in the 80s, in the early 80s. So look at this. Amway India spokesperson said, the prosecution complaint currently filed by the Enforcement Directorate pertains to the investigation dating back to 2011. Oh, it only dates back to the investigation in 2011. We're totally legit, you guys. Amway, we see you. The world is seeing you now. More and more people are starting to speak out. Check out Anti-MLM, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Survivors are coming forward, and they are not afraid to call a pyramid scheme, a cult, a cult. The emperor has no clothes, Amway. Let's get back to reading this. And it says, and have shared since 2011. And since then, we have been cooperating with the department and have shared all the information as sought from time to time. Since Amway began its operations in India 25 years ago, it has been committed to legal and regulatory compliance and has diligently maintained a culture of compliance and integrity to the present day. Sure you have, Amway.
These distributors are making into the parent company, and they buy a stock of goods. Now, their job is actually not to sell these goods, but to further push these goods down to another chain of distributors that they make. Now, it starts with 6, it goes down to, let's say, 15, that goes down to 45, that goes down. So it's a pyramid. You're not selling anything. You're passing.
So I want to just make this clear, because I saw in the comment section, it's like, you're not understanding. It's like most Amway representatives. At the time, there's me and one other anti-MLM activist that'll left comments on this video. But people are saying, but you're incorrect. You haven't even done your research. You're not actually selling anything. So technically, they're right, because people are buying products, but it's mostly the distributors. And that's what they're referring to. So when I was within Monat, I'd say, what are you talking about? You do have some customers. I had some VIP customers. They're purchasing these products on some kind of auto ship program, but the bulk of the sales are coming from Amway IBOs, independent business owners. Again, wrong use of terms. They're not independent business owners. They don't own their own businesses. None of them are tracking their expenses and their income. They're told to keep investing in their business. Investing in themselves is going to pay off huge dividends in the future. You think you're going to go into debt now, $20,000, $30,000? What about 10 years from now? If you keep at it and you believe in yourself and you go to the next Amway convention and you listen to your upline and what it was in the past, buy this cassette tape, listen to this CD, watch this DVD, now plug into whatever trainings that they have. However many years from now, you're going to be making millions, and you're going to be so happy that you invested that $20,000. You were thinking big. You weren't being limited by your scarcity mindset. The true product being sold is the business opportunity. People are buying into this business. I'm going to be an Amway independent business owner. I love these products. They really believe they love these products. And some of them can be good. I know I grew up, my parents were buying Amway LOC. That was a popular product. Also, there was this perfume that was it was like solid perfume in a little case. My mom really enjoyed that. And she still has one of those. I should actually dig that out and show you. It's pretty weird. It's pretty interesting. So there's products that are being sold, but most of them are being purchased by the Amway distributors themselves. So they believe these products are the best, just like every other multi-level marketing believes their products are the best. I believe Monat's products were the best. The collagen was the best. The greens was the best. The skincare, the best. You go to Arbonne reps believe the exact same thing. Amway, they're no different. So there's products being sold, but it's being sold to the distributors So they're paying the money. They're like paying an inflated price for LOC, for if they have perfume, skincare, supplements, and that money is what is paying the upline, their upline's upline, Diamond, Emerald, whatever it is. And then we're not even getting into the Amway tool scam, the personal development side. This is, as far as I know, they haven't touched on this yet. It'd be great if they do.
Passing down these goods, and you're getting every next level to take these goods from you. There is no end customer, it seems, who these goods are sold to. It is sold from one level, from the top to the next level, which is broader to the...
So it's being sold to the people below you, but that's how they're getting paid going up. So when you're in a pyramid scheme, you think, well, corporate America is a pyramid scheme. That's how money goes. You know, it's like, look at this, look at the structure of any company. That's what I believed. This was like this is a thought-stopping cliche. There's all the sales force, and then there's like your managers, and then you have like the upper managers, and then you go all the way up to the top of the CEO. But the problem is that the vast majority of people aren't making any money. They're paying money. They're paying money, and that's how the CEO is getting paid in every other structure. That's not a pyramid scheme. You're getting paid money. And you might say, oh, well, there's jobs out there where you can just like work for commission only. Yes, you can always find some kind of exemption. But when you're saying corporate America is a pyramid scheme, it's not. You're not having to recruit people in order to recruit more people to then sell the products to those people and then hoping that they recruit people. That's not how corporate America works. You have a job, you get paid for the time that you put in. Does it suck? Are there bad things about corporate America? Absolutely. But it doesn't change the fact that Amway is a pyramid scheme and a commercial cult and the mothership, the template of all the other MLMs that have spewed forth in the years to come and continue to. Fuck you, Amway.
The third level to the fourth level, and this becomes a pyramid. Now, what is not legal in India are these Ponzi schemes, and which is what this seems to be a borderline case, where the company is saying that it's not a Ponzi scheme and it actually has goods and services and it is going to participate in the ED investigation, but ED is saying that there were no real goods for sale. So I think the whole crux of the matter is what is illegal.
This is a nuanced thing to understand when you're inside a commercial cult. Because I know I wouldn't be able to wrap my head around this, but you're like, but you don't get it. There are products for sale. Yes, Amway has products. Their only purpose is to disguise what's going on, which is endless chain recruitment, recruiting mandate, extreme money transfer from the bottom to the top, pay to play. Those things don't happen in a job. Those things don't happen when you're working anywhere, at Walmart, at Amazon, these at Starbucks. Like a lot of these are the examples that are trotted out in North America to justify the validity of a pyramid scheme, of a multi-level marketing company. So there's products that they only serve one purpose. The products can be good. The products can be amazing. The products can like have cleaned your rug better than any other one. That is not that's not up for debate. It can be true. You can really enjoy the products. It does not change the fact that you're in a pyramid scheme where over 99% of people, it's virtually 100% of people are doomed to fail. You'll say, oh, but that doesn't make sense also, because there's all these stories of people that are earning all this money. It must be true. Look at them. They're up on stage. Look at their pictures on social media. They have a brand new car. They're going on these exotic trips. It all must be true.
Legal is when you take money from your distributors, or you get your distributors or the next level in the pyramid to make investments in the company, and which is what it seems these 4,050 crore rupees are actually the kind of money that has been raised through that entire pyramid.
It's not that it appears, it is what's happening, and it's happening globally. And it started in the US. And it started with Dick DeVos or Richard DeVos or whatever the fuck his name is, and Van Andel, who took 5,000 of their downline from Nutrilite, lie about it, and create a myth that we just started in our basement. No, they didn't. They took off from Nutrilite, and this is also another pattern of behavior that has been repeated and copied since they started this. 5,000 of their downline, they start Amway. Over the years, other people would break off from Amway and do the exact same thing. Take some of their downline, start a new multi-level marketing company. And then you see it happen where just MLM representatives that are at the top of one pyramid scheme just jump to another. Oh, I listened to my heart and God told me that it is time for a change. And I always listen to God. God is telling me to start in at the beginning of this new MLM. And so it continues.
Downwards up to really get distributors to either buy their enrollment into the scheme or to invest and become some sort of junior partners, very junior partners, and so on. And that has amounted to this 4,050 crore rupees, which seems to be a Ponzi stroke and illegal.
It's not only that it seems to be a Ponzi scheme, it is. It's a pyramid scheme and it's a commercial cult. You'll see the vast majority of people who are losing money, who must fail, will be the staunchest defenders of the very fraud that they're a part of. This is the cult aspect. People will fight you and say you are the devil, you vibrate at a low frequency, you're uncoachable, you're a hater, you don't understand, this business has literally changed my life. All the while, their bank account is diminishing. Their circle, their social network is diminishing. They have fractured and sometimes destroyed relationships, families broken up, friendships destroyed. And they will still say, I have never been so happier in my life. I know if I just keep going, I'm going to achieve time and money freedom. I'm going to impact the world. I'm going to show up powerfully. It's devastating.
Front, which was originally documented, slated to sell real goods. But that apparently has not happened. And from this 4,050 crore rupees, which has passed through the chain upwards, 2,800.
Look at how beautiful this is. Case, illegal money circulation scheme under the guise of sale of goods. This needs to be a phrase that we start adopting here. Illegal money circulation scheme under the guise of sale of goods. It has a nicer ring to it than product-based pyramid scheme, doesn't it?
100 crore rupees and upwards has actually been siphoned off. So that is the case that ED is booking or charging Amway with, that this is under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act.
And just check this out too. Amway's false promise of perpetual incentives. Every single multi-level marketing company says the same thing. Unlimited earning potential. The only thing that's stopping you is you and your mindset. That's it. You get to decide how much you want to get paid.
LA, and the case is actually about laundering away 2,800 crore rupees and upwards, siphoning it out into overseas bank accounts.
All right, those are serious charges. But Amway has come out with a statement saying that they are participating, in fact, in the ongoing investigation. That does not.
Oh, Amway is we're so good. We're participating in the ongoing investigation. Was it the same thing that you were caught cheating, violating Canadian customs laws from 1965 to 1980? That's 15 years. Oh, we just grew so fast. I can't believe, I don't know what happened. We just accidentally created all these dummy corporations. And then we just manufactured all this fake trade levels between each of those companies. And then we made, oops, oh my goodness. What just fell out was that we made a fraudulent price list as well to screw Canada out of the duties they were owed. And then they had everything old is new again. Cult behavior is predictable.
Not really relinquish them from any of those charges, which are.
I think the investigation at some point will come to a conclusion, and we will know what the final sort of
with the filing of the charge sheet,
the final charge should be that they're a pyramid scheme, because it's very easy to see that this is fraud. However, there's so much political corruption and people get paid off. And it's quite interesting to see a politician or an academic and a researcher explain how something that is 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 equals unlimited opportunity for all. And the only reason that this mathematical equation works is because you need to believe it. It's a mindset. No actual business person that has ethics, that has integrity, that doesn't want to exploit people and defraud people would invest in something like this.
Has come to a conclusion.
Exactly,
I think it will now be with the courts to decide.
And we'll figure out. But, you know, just trivia, how many people does Amway sort of
Do you have Amway product?
No, I've never bought. And again,
I have seen Amway.
You don't need to have been in an MLM pyramid scheme or have purchased any of their fucking products to know that it's a pyramid scheme and a commercial cult. Let's just put that thing to rest. If there's a sinkhole in the middle of the street, any Tom, Dick, and Harry can point out that there's a sinkhole in the middle of the street and warn others to avoid it. You don't need to be a construction worker. You don't need to have been the person that poured the concrete. You don't need to climb in the sinkhole and spend 5 years of your life there. You can just see, anybody can see this sinkhole and point out, look, this is a sinkhole. And the same thing can be said for Amway and any multi-level marketing pyramid scheme.
Amway products at my home, which you know, it's essentially how you trick people into believing that they are going to create wealth by enrolling more people and enrolling more people. But all these products, they continue to relinquish at home because nobody's actually using them.
Exactly. So I think the incentive is for every distributor to find another, build his or her own chain of distributors. And with more people down the chain, each of them paying some money, that money going to the layer above and the layer above and the layer above, sort of, you know.
If you, both of you ever come to Canada, I will buy you a cup of coffee. And if you don't like coffee, we'll go somewhere and I'll, whatever. I'd like to, if you would like coffee, if you'd be open to it, I'll take you out for coffee. And just, you know, I just want to give you both a high five. This is excellent reporting. Thank you for doing it and having this conversation like this. It's so good. This is the ripple effect. So hello from Southern Alberta in Canada. You're doing a great job.
Flows through the system. And the act of cheating comes in because apparently these distributors are promised incentives or income in perpetuity. That never happens. Now, again, back
just like every other multi-level marketing company, people ask me, what do I get paid each year? Well, I say, I don't really know because I'm still getting paid on the very first person I recruited. We've all heard that one. I used to say the same thing. We're all taught that. Everybody in every multi-level marketing company thinks this is brand new training. And it's not. It's all the same. It's all the same shit. This is so well done.
Back to the trivia question, you know, how many distributors does Amway have globally? It's a mind-boggling number, Shweta. Absolutely. 400 million people, 400 million distributors across the world distributing Amway's distribution.
Who has Amway products other than people that are in Amway? 400 million distributors. Do you use Amway products? They're famous. They're the best in the world. They're the #1 legend in their own mind, like Coconut Joe.
Not Amway's products.
And who's buying? Well, that remains a mystery. Let's pull up that statement from...
It's not a mystery, but I know you know that. It's the distributors that are purchasing it.
Amway. Let's quickly run our viewers through what Amway has said so far. As I mentioned, they've said that the charges are from 2011 onward. The prosecution complaint currently filed by ED pertains to investigation.
Amway, we've been complaining about this. People have been complaining about this since 1979. When you somehow managed to winkle your way out of being charged and with being a pyramid scheme and found to be a pyramid scheme. When you made up these rules. Well, 70% of people, oh fuck. Since 2011. Let's play the violent. Poor Amway. Oh, you have such a great culture of compliance and integrity. Except that brief span of time in Canada from 1965 to 1980. We don't want to talk about that.
Dating back to
those angry Canadians.
to 2011. And since then, the company has been, in fact, cooperating. They want to reiterate continued confidence in India's legal and judicial system following the due process of law.
Fucking Amway right now is just paying off officials left and right. They're probably having meetings and gonna have like photo ops. They'll be like, oh, come in, you can speak at our next event. You can walk across the stage too. Ooh, I wonder how many politicians are being purchased right now. Amway is scrambling.
as they pursue their legal right. Amway is also saying that it's proud of its rich history, has about 2,500 employees in India, with 5.5 lakh.
The employees are the only one making money. There's people that are actually employed by Amway, working in the warehouse, doing their marketing, working in the corporate America.
People that it currently caters to. So that is, in fact, a statement coming in from Amway India.
There it is. What do you think about all this? I'm quite excited about this, if you couldn't tell. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Is that a pyramid scheme?